Like a regular Christian, my question would be, how could a regular Christian or a Gentile Christian minister to a Jewish person? Like, what is a little tidbit? That's the question I want to ask. As you're thinking, hold on. Is that okay? Yeah, just 1 minute. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, baby, you got me, right? Honey, face me. Come over here, honey. Come around.
God is with us, right?
So hi everybody, I'm with Jeff right now, and so be it, right?
Yep.
So be it. Awesome. He ministers. He's a Messianic Jew that ministers to Jewish people. He's giving them the gospel in Israel, and he's over here now in California. So my question to you is, how is the best way a Gentile Christian can minister to a Jewish person that doesn't believe in Jesus as a Messiah?
That's a really great question. When Jesus came up to the rich young ruler, and he gave him the 10 Commandments and everything like that, what did he say first that he did? He loved them. And when you speak to a human being, no matter where they're from or what background they have or what religion they are, you love them. Love them first as a human being and get to know a little bit about who they are. And care about their heart and care about where they're coming from. A lot of the Jewish people, they know Jesus, but they don't know the real Jesus. And the important thing is that Jesus came for the lost sheep of Israel. He said this in Jeremiah. It says, Jeremiah it says that God calls the people of Israel lost sheep. And in Matthew, Jesus says, I have come exclusively for the lost sheep of Israel. And that tie of the Jewish Jesus to his Jewish people, fulfilling prophecy from the Old Testament, is a really good way to reach Jewish people. Because what they think of Christianity is yours, it's theirs, it's not mine. And Christians persecuted us in the past, and they believe in 3 gods, and we believe in one. And so the unity of God is really crucial. And the fact that God has revealed himself in multiple ways throughout the Old Testament is really important to deliver. Say, listen, who's talking to God here in Genesis 8? Who's talking to God, to Abraham here in Genesis 18? Who's talking to him? Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh is talking to Abraham and eating with him. How is that possible if God is incorporeal, if he's only spirit? How is that possible? How is it possible that Moses and the 70 elders and Aaron went up on the mountain and saw God? How is it that Isaiah has seen, I've seen the God of Israel. I've seen him with my eyes. I've beheld him. How is that possible? It's only possible if God is visible and invisible. It's only possible. And so Christian theology and the claims of Christianity are more in alignment with biblical Judaism than they are with religious Judaism as it is practiced today. So I would say that that's one of the biggest points. Love the person and speak to them from their own context.
In Isaiah 9:6 is another one, right?
Yes. Son is given. Yes, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name is called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And how can a son be born who is God? And so, where is this son? Where is this son? You guys worship a man, and it's like, well, it's in our scriptures. The Son is born, and he's called Mighty God. Now, certain religious commentaries will do some gymnastics with that and switch the words around and make it look like as if it's God talking.
When it says in the Bible,
it's if you look at the script for what it is, plain sight, God says, I haven't made this too difficult for you to understand. Here it is. And if you take it in plain sight, then most likely you'll come to faith at some point, because you're seeing it in their own Hebrew scriptures. In Israel, we can't argue the divinity of Jesus. We can't argue his messiahship from the New Testament. We have to use the Tanakh, the Hebrew scriptures, to argue for a Messiah that is divine and that is an atonement. That's how we have to. So we go into things like Daniel 9, verses 24 to 27. Daniel 7, it talks about the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven, who has an eternal kingdom.
You are right.
Everlasting. And so we get into these things, and these things are completely and utterly Jewish in their history, context, and nature.
It's not about
Jesus always called himself the Son of Man.
That's right. That was his favorite.
That's what he referred to himself as.
Right.
It's so powerful. And I think a lot of Christians, when I talk to them, don't even know that
looking into the
Son of Man. And so I constantly love talking to Christians and guiding them.
Found out that Jesus was.
Yes. Now, I just want to encourage you, because I'm so grateful for the work that you do. I came to faith through Christian men just like you, non-Jewish Christian men just like you, that had no context of Judaism. They shared Jesus plainly. They shared the gospel, and the Spirit of God ripped my heart open, came into me, made me a new creation. And I had never read the Old Testament, the New Testament. I had no context. All I knew is that I grew up Jewish, and they didn't care. They just shared Jesus with me. And so understand that you can contextualize your message, but give God, let God do His work. Yeah, don't overthink it. Share your love for people, because ultimately you want to look at that person and say, I love you, and this is why I'm doing this. Not because I want you to believe in me and follow me and stop doing what you're doing. You're wrong, I'm right. It's because I love you. And that has to come through in your interactions. Otherwise, the person's going to say, get away from me. You persecuted us in the past. Your message is no good here. But when you speak to the heart and their heart is softened, God says, now I know. So we work with God, but God does the watering and the growing and bringing the person into a saving relationship with
Thank you.
So
Please
thank you for what you're doing.
Yes, thank you too, Jeff.
All right, God bless you too. Julio.
Yes.